President Donald Trump singling out Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker on the issue of AI regulations. And just before he signed an executive order saying that there needs to be unified regulations across the country instead of a patchwork. It's Illinois in Focus Daily. I'm Greg Bishop and editor of the Center Square, Illinois. You can go to the Illinois page and read more about these stories and more. And we like to also talk about things that are developing. And this is a story that happened late last night before the president went to a holiday ball with members of the U.S. House. He was in the Oval Office, standing with individuals from the tech sector, standing with David Sachs, one of his go-to guys on AI and cryptocurrency. You've got others from the administration there focused on artificial intelligence, and nobody really knew what the order was he was going to sign until he gets there and actually signs it. So this was last night in the Oval Office with President Donald Trump, an executive order in front of him.
But one of the things that it has is you have to have a central source of approval. When they need approvals on things, they have to come to one source. They can't go to California, New York, and various other places like Illinois with Pritzker, who's a totally unreasonable person. And they have to have, they're putting all this money in. It's a big part of the economy. And there's only going to be, I think, one winner here. I don't know if anybody agrees with that. I think most people agree. But there's only going to be one winner here, and that's probably going to be the U.S. or China. And right now we're winning by a lot. China has a central source of approval. I don't think they have any approval. They just go and build. But people want to be in the United States, and they want to do it here. And we have the big investment coming. But if they had to get 50 different approvals from 50 different states, you can forget it, because it's not possible to do, especially if you have some hostile. All you need is one hostile actor, and you wouldn't be able to do it. So it doesn't make sense. I didn't have to be briefed on this, by the way. This is real easy business. I mean, this is simple.
So the president talking about how, when in the race towards who's going to dominate in artificial intelligence, there needs to be a unified front on regulations instead of having a patchwork of all 50 states doing their own thing. And this is ORIC. They are a technology and innovation, energy and infrastructure organization, a firm that researches these types of things, and they have the AI Law Center. And just looking at the states and all the various AI laws that there may be, you heard President Trump single out Illinois, saying that Governor Pritzker, what was it he said exactly? Let's see if we can cue that up again.
Totally unreasonable person.
Totally unreasonable person, the president called the governor. But if you look at Illinois AI laws, according to ORIC, and we've seen some of these in our coverage of the state legislature. Again, pull this up for you so you can see it yourself. You've got, different types of AI laws impacting AI in healthcare. And, for instance, it permits the use of AI tools or systems by licensed professionals where they're used to assist providing administrative support or supplementary support in therapy or psychotherapy services. And the licensed professionals maintain full responsibility for all interactions. So essentially, you can't use AI as a go-to therapy or the only provider of therapy. There has to be a human component in it. Other measures, including user-facing artificial intelligence and how that's impacted, AI likenesses and how that's impacted by state law, and a variety of other pieces of legislation, AI in employment policy and how that's able to be used. So a variety of different laws in the state of Illinois that could possibly lead to a patchwork of regulation. David Sachs with the president last night in the Oval Office talking about the importance of the executive order. Now, this executive order was originally part of the components of it, from my understanding, were originally part of that large piece of legislation that the Republicans got through Congress just before Independence Day this year, and the president signed it, the so-called One Big Beautiful Bill. It had a component in there about uniform AI regulations across the country, but that was taken out in the last minute. So what this executive order does is essentially has the administration making this a priority.
So, as you pointed out, we have over 1,000 bills going through state legislatures right now to regulate AI. Over 100 of them have already passed. 25% of them are in California, New York, and Illinois. You've got 50 states running in 50 different directions. It just doesn't make sense. We're creating a confusing patchwork of regulation. And what we need is a single federal standard. And that's what the CEO says, sir, is it basically states that the policy of your administration is to create that federal framework. We're going to work with Congress, like the chairman here of the Commerce Committee, Senator Cruz, and other members of Congress to define that framework. And in the meantime, this EO gives your administration tools to push back on the most onerous and excessive state regulations. We're not going to push back on all of them. For example, kid safety, we're going to protect. We're not pushing back on that, but we're going to push back on the most onerous examples of state regulation, sir.
So the most onerous examples will have some resistance from the Trump administration with this new executive order he signed. But interesting that the president singling out Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker when talking about this.
California, New York, and various other places like Illinois with Pritzker, who's a totally unreasonable person.
All right, so the president still has the governor on his mind, as I know the governor has the president on his mind as well. Where this goes, obviously, we'll be watching, and how the Illinois laws are going to be impacted by the president's executive order. Be sure to subscribe to Illinois in Focus via podcast, but get the headlines in your inbox. Go to thecentersquare.com.